Thank you, Ms. Hill.
Thank you. To the chair and the members of the committee, I'd first like to say that, yes. Thank you for your consideration and the opportunity to testify before you this morning. My name is Jettie Ann Hill. And I'd like to, I am here today to tell you that I am a 26-year employee of the state of Minnesota at the Office of Ombudspersons for Families. I'm a proud MAPE member and I'm a co-chair of the Government Relations Committee. I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother, I'm a friend, I'm a neighbor, I'm a community activist, I'm a survivor of Jim Crow laws. And sometimes I'm tired, I'm just tired. I'm an elder in my community and I stand on the shoulders of many who've come to you before me. And I'm here today to say that the time is now. The time is now for Minnesota to begin to close the gap and intersection between race and gender by adding the ERA amendment to the state constitution. This is personal to me because when I look at Minnesota and Minnesota's data on the status of Black, Brown, American Indian, and other women of color, I know we can do better and I know we must. The time is now. Whether it's economics, safety, incarceration, health, or leadership, our women continue to be victims of poor outcomes and injustices. For instance, economics. It is well documented that Black, Latino, American Indian, and other women of color in Minnesota face complex economic inequities, and that more training and education does not lead to the same economic payoff as men. Health. Minnesota data shows persistent health disparities for Black and American Indian women that's complicated by historical trauma or in our communities. Research now shows that systemic racism along with rigid gender norms are having serious mental and physical health consequences for these women. In Minnesota, low birth rates for babies and infant mortality rates continue to be a major concern if the mother identifies as Black, African American, Asian, or Pacific Islander. The Women's Foundation of Minnesota reported in 2018 that African American women have felt emotionally upset, sad, and frustrated, and as a result of how they are treated based on their race. The elder female population in Minnesota is also susceptible to these emotional strains of loneliness and anxiety. According to that report, improving well-being and safety outcomes for women of color and women in greater Minnesota should be one of our priorities. Leadership. I want to acknowledge that in leadership, we've made some progress, and I'm keeping hope alive that for the future. But we must be diligent and intentional because the arc may bend toward a just society, but it doesn't happen on its own. We still have a long way to go in the public, corporate, and judicial sectors. So we're at a crossroads here in Minnesota history. We just celebrated the life and legacy of a man and a movement that chose to be bold, that chose to be courageous, that demanded radical change to ensure freedom and liberty for all. Inequities continue to threaten our democracy now and in the future, that we're planning for our children and our grandchildren. Let's show the people of Minnesota and the people of this great nation that we value progress, we value equality. There's too much at stake for us not to embrace the opportunity to legally guarantee equality. So I ask that you support Minnesota State ERA amendment to our state constitution. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Hill.